Hello. Testing, testing. Okay. I think everything's working fine. Okay, hi everyone. Hi. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join before I start. Or maybe let's just give everyone like a minute or so. Hi, hi. Hi, Jim H. Bob. Okay, cool. It's 5:30 here in Singapore. I'm just gonna start the introduction. So by the time I'm done, hopefully the rest of you would have joined already. Okay, so hello everyone. Hello, hello. For those who just joined in, who just got in, who is settling in, welcome to today's webinar brought to you by IC Market. We are doing a live trading session today. Today's the 23rd of June. It is 5:30 here in Singapore, and hopefully we can find something. Okay, so disclaimer, you guys know how this works. Anything I share in this webinar should not be construed as trading advice, investment advice, or any form of financial advice. Okay, this is not a signals group. It is not a like it is purely educational. Okay, so please be cautious. Risk warning. Trading forex and CFDs carries a high level of risk to your capital, and you should only trade money you can afford to lose. Trading forex and CFDs be may not be suitable for all investors. Okay, since everyone is here, I'm just wondering if you guys can see me and you can hear me loudly. You can hear me clearly, sorry. Trading mask, why is your picture so small? Let me fix that. Just give me a sec. Is that better? I think I put it really small as well because I'm actually camera shy. So I put it really small so you guys don't focus on me and you guys focus on the topic for today. I think that's a little better, right? Okay. I made myself a little bigger, but not any more bigger. Okay, cool. Introducing your host. Okay, so those who don't already know me, my name is Cassandra. You can call me Cass. I am an investment analyst at Everest Fortune Group. I am also a prop trader. Okay, so Everest Fortune Group is a firm that specializes in forex and equity research, and we are one of the top in the research field. Okay, so we are the finalists for the best forex and best equity research for multiple years running. Also, another thing is me personally, I am a prop trader. Okay, for those who don't know what prop trading is, it basically requires a trader to do 10% in profits within a month. Well, when I took the test, it was within a month. Okay, without having a drawdown of 5% within a day and 10% within a day. So the rules are really strict. The whole point I'm sharing this with you guys is to let you know that I am a certified trader and I am very familiar with the markets. Okay, so you guys are in good hands. You guys don't have to worry. If you guys have any questions, don't be shy. You can ask me in the chat box. I specialize in technical analysis. Okay, so do ask me questions about technical analysis if you have any. Otherwise, if it's fundamentals, I cannot really tell you a lot about it because it's a lot about looking at the news as well and looking at what's happening in the world. Okay, but otherwise, when it comes to technical analysis, which is quite set in stone, I should be able to answer you and help you guys. So don't be shy. I want this webinar to be a little bit more interactive. Okay, so yeah, just ask me questions along the way. Okay, so our agenda for today is key approaches, cheat sheet checklist. Hello, Jamilu. Hello, hello. Cheat sheet checklist and live charts. Okay, so hopefully we find something for today. I mean, I find something for today. You guys don't take this as a signals group, please. This is the cheat sheet. Do you expect oil to rise to 100? Okay, let's go look at oil in a bit, but I personally do not trade oil. I am more of a forex trader and I do a little bit of gold, right? But not so much on oil, but we can go look at it in a while. Again, if you guys have any requests, do throw it in the chat box and we can go look at it together. Otherwise, usually if you guys don't request for anything, I will just go through my usual. My usual will be forex and gold, and I look at multiple pairs. So USD CAD, EUR USD, and USD CHF, and maybe USD JPY if you guys want to. Otherwise, if you guys have any requests, yeah, just throw it in the chat box. Anyways, this is a cheat list that you guys should save if you guys are new here. Use this so that you can do technical analysis on the charts and look for setups. Okay, so this is what I usually use. I am not currently trading at a very far from fair price, just daily deals. Okay, yeah, we can look at that in a bit. Okay, so I personally do use this list, but mine is a little bit different, but the gist is the same. I do look for horizontal levels. I look for trend lines, channels. I look for stochastics, RSI correlation, and then I do a lot of reversals. Not so much on breakouts, but a lot of reversals. Okay, so thank you for sitting through the introduction. Let me pull out the live markets. Give me a moment. Sorry, I actually already pulled it out just now, but I accidentally canceled the page. Give me a moment. Yeah, I got locked out of my trading view. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to re-log in. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let me see where EUR/USD is. EUR/USD still has not gotten into my entry. So I'm looking to get in for a buy for EUR/USD, but I was hoping that price gets to this pink zone here. It's really not there yet, so let's just reanalyze this. I do not want this to get mixed up because I want to come back and look at this. So I'm going to duplicate the page and then we're gonna see what we can find. Okay, so usually whenever I do analysis, right? Sorry, I need to change. Okay. Usually when I do analysis, I always first look for trend. I start from either the daily or the 1 hour. I mean, if you're looking at the daily, it's very obvious price is on an uptrend, right? So it makes me a little biased that I want to get in on an uptrend. But I mean, look at this. It could be time for a pullback, to be honest. Anyways, if it's time for a pullback, yeah, we'll see what the chart has for us. Okay, so the first things first is I want to look for trend. I am biased that price is on an uptrend, therefore I want to get in for a buy. Okay, therefore I want to get in for a buy. So although on the daily you can see that price is kind of like doing this zigzag thingy, and it looks like it could be doing a U-turn right now, it could be doing a pullback. I don't want to assume that it's doing a pullback because price has not given me any signals that it's going to do a pullback. So I'm only gonna consider like a pullback or like a trend reversal on the lower time frames if I see such signs telling me that it is a pullback. Okay, so right now I'm still biased for a buy. There's no reason for me to think otherwise. On the 4 hours, still very nice uptrend as well. Very nice uptrend. I mean, if we're just doing this, yeah, that's a very nice uptrend. For a trend line to be valid, you need 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going for our 4th. Okay, we're going for our 4th, but just remember that trend lines is not just one line, it's usually a zone. So it usually is supposed to look something like this, right? Sorry, my drawing is so bad, but yeah. It's supposed to look something like this. Okay, but that's not the point. The whole point is to confirm our trend, and I am quite happy with the idea that it is an uptrend. Okay, so now that I'm happy with the idea that it's an uptrend, I want to look for an entry for a buy. Okay, entry for a buy. So what do? I need to highlight, I want to analyze natural gas, please. Okay, just give me a sec. Let's do EUR USD because I pulled out TradingView and this is the first thing that came out. This is the first thing that came out, so yeah. Do you have the specific pair you want to look at? Like, is it like UK oil? Is it like, I need the symbol. Do let me know the symbol that you, if there's a specific symbol you want me to look at, I can look at it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna randomly choose an oil chart and then we can analyze from there. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Now what I want to do is, so I'm gonna pull out that thing. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so the cheat list is asking for us to look for horizontal line. Okay, so we've already found the trend line, we've already found the channel technically. Okay, are there any chart patterns? I don't see any chart patterns. Do you guys see any chart patterns? Yeah, I don't see any chart patterns at all. The rest we'll just have to slowly look at it. So now we're going to look at horizontal lines. So horizontal lines, we're gonna go look for swing lows and swing highs. So the nearest swing high that I see is here, and the nearest swing low that I see is, well, price is currently there right now. Also, the next one will be somewhere around here. Okay. Why it's so important that I identify swing highs and swing lows? It's because swing highs and swing lows or support resistance is where price is most likely to bounce or react off. So these are going to end up being your, let me see, this is going to end up being your buy entry, your sell entry, or your take profit or your stop loss. Okay, so I've kind of gotten the structure of the chart, so I kind of have a rough idea where I think my buy entry is going to go. I would like to believe that price is going to come here and do a U-turn. So the buy entry could either be here or here. Okay, these are my two potential buy entries. Okay, so I'm going back to my last chart. Oh, it erased my last data. Okay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, okay, that's totally fine. I was hoping if I duplicate the screen, it would have shown me. I wanted to show you that my analysis would still be the same even though I'm recharting, because every time you re-look at the chart, it should tell you the same thing. Okay, so I've got 1 and 2 as my possible buy entry for EURUSD. I just don't know where I should be getting in for EURUSD. Do I get in here or do I get in here? So I know I'm fairly confident it's going to be one of this, right? I'm fairly confident I can get in for one of that for a buy. Yeah, I am fairly confident. I just don't know which one it is. Okay, so let's go down to a small time frame and see what else we can find. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to be the first entry or the second entry? Let me know in the chat box. I want to get in for a buy for EURUSD. I just want to make sure, I've identified where the possible entries are. I just don't know if it's 1 or 2. What do you guys think? No wrong answers, just let me know in the chat box. So what I'm doing right now is basically just analyzing the charts to see if I can find something, maybe on the bigger time frame. Okay, HMH is saying 2. I mean, I like to believe it's 1 as well, but a lot of times it ends up being 2. I just need to prove it. I just need to prove that it's gonna be 2. Give me a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna take this bigger fib level here, okay, and see if I can pull out something. Hopefully it's like a 27.2 or a 36, 38 point. Okay, nope, nothing is lining up. Okay, nothing is lining up. That makes me kind of like question these two zones. Okay, it makes me question these two zones because ideally, you know you've got a good entry when you pull out a Fibonacci and everything is just lining up. Yeah, it's not lining up, no matter which point I get it from. What I wanted to see was, you know, I wanted to see like this Fibonacci lines lining up here, exactly at the buy entry. Okay, but it's not happening, so it makes me like question. I mean, if I can take from this point, but I'm kind of like forcing it already at this point. Yeah, I am kind of forcing it. I guess. Give me a moment. Okay, let me try getting a Nike tick from here. Yeah, that was kind of forced as well. That looks really forced, to be honest. There's another one here, but it looks really forced as well. Okay, no, that's not even it. This is also really forced. Okay. It's very hard to like pinpoint where because Fibonacci is not lining up. That's okay. We don't want to force it. We don't want to force it. If it's not there, we are not going to force it. Okay, I'm gonna try this part here and see if I can find something. Nothing. Okay, sorry guys. Structurally, I think 1 and 2 looks decent. It's just that Fibonacci is not lining up, so it makes me doubt the strength of this. Okay, so the reason you choose Fibonacci is to validate the strength of the support and resistance that you found. It's just that I'm looking at it right now and it's just not looking good. So Okay, if I had to give you guys, if I had to come up with something, I would still choose this buy entry. Okay, so let's just not talk about Fibonacci. Let's just talk about price action and support and resistance. Okay, I think structurally this swing low is where price will most likely bounce off. It probably wouldn't be a very big bounce. It'll probably just be a little bit of reaction, enough for you to get a take profit. Okay, so if I were to get in here for a buy, I'll probably very conservatively play it until here, put my stop loss right under here. Okay, so I'm gonna aim for a very tight entry, a very tight entry. So we're looking at, it looks like 1 to 3. Yeah, it is. It's a 1 to 3 trade. So if you are risking 1%, you are kind of coming up with 3% in profit. Okay, so now this is where I plot the other stuff. RSI, divergence. Sorry, not divergence, stochastics. I'm a little slow today because I'm not feeling well. I almost wanted to like cancel today's webinar, but I thought about it. I'm like, okay, if I don't do this webinar for you guys, I'm probably not going to look at the charts today and not have any entry for the week. Okay, no divergence. Price is looking pretty smooth. No divergence. No reason for me to think that it's a sudden downtrend. Actually, there's a breakout here. Thank you so much. It's a bit of a breakout happening on both sides. Yeah, so okay. I'm still happy with the idea of a buy. What is going on? Why won't they let me have more indicator? I actually pay for this. My trading view is not free. Yeah, okay, so Ichimoku just crossed bearish. That's totally fine. It's okay that Ichimoku crossed the bearish. It means because it has to cross the bearish for it to pull down to where I want it to be, right? It has to cross the bearish zone for it to pull down to where it want to be. But I mean, now that I'm looking at it, honestly, this looks like a really good sell. This looks like a really good sell, but you could be going against trend. So that could be the risky part here. The risky part is that you are going against trend, which, you know, yeah, which is something you might not want to do. Okay, but ideally I'm quite happy with the buy. It's just that I think the buy is going to be, let me see. The buy is going to be here. If this blue line doesn't hold, the next buy is going to be this zone here. So we're talking about EUR/USD really dropping. Okay, we're talking about EUR/USD really dropping. But if I'm talking about just a very short, you know, just a very short scalping or day trade, this looks like a really good one. So we'll just wait for price to get here. And then when it gets here, we will consider the buy. I mean, it really looks like it's going to do a breakout and then you can enter for a sell. It really looks like that. It's just like, you guys know my style of trading, right? I do not like going against trend. I don't like going against trend. So I personally will not get in for that sell, but I just can foresee that sell happening. Okay, I can foresee that sell happening. Okay, cool. In the meantime, I do want to check on DXY. Yikes. I do want to look at DXY. The XY on the overall is still a sell, right? It is a very solid sell. I mean, it is a very solid downtrend. Do not get tricked by this breakout, okay? This is not a, this could be a fake out, okay? Ideally, it is still moving on a downtrend. It is still moving on a downtrend. It could just turn from here on out, okay? So do not be tricked. I'm still happy with the XY being on a downtrend, so EUR being on an uptrend on a long run. There could be certain pullbacks, but I'm happy with this buy. Okay, let's do another chart. Trading Mass is asking for oil. So let's do UK oil. Do you guys have any specific oil pair you want me to look at? If not, I'm just gonna do UK oil. Okay, let's see. Do you think oil is going to get to 100? I don't know which oil you're talking at. It could be US oil. I'm gonna do UK oil because I used to chart a lot on UK oil, so I'm a bit more familiar. I mean, it's very clear that UK oil is moving on a very, let me see. Oh, downtrend. Surprising. Oh, is oil losing its value? Very, very nice downtrend, okay? Might want to consider a sell on this. Okay, but on the smaller time frame, it's an uptrend. This looks really hard to chart on. This looks so hard to chart on. Structurally, there's nothing. There's like, okay, there's a support resistance here. There's a resistance here. There is a support here. Let me see if there's anything. Can we skip oil? Right? Unless you guys have a specific pair you want me to look at. I think I'm gonna skip UK oil. Like structurally, this is giving nothing. Like it's not looking good. Let's do XAU USD, guys. Okay. XAU USD on an uptrend for the longest time. I used to trade XAU USD a lot, but let me tell you guys, I have never sold XAU USD before. I have only played the buy. Okay, so I've only got in for buy for XAU USD because it's constantly on an uptrend. So my style of trading is, you know my style of trading, I usually just follow the trend. If trend is an uptrend, I only get in for a buy. Sometimes when I'm bored, I get in for a sell. Like I'm feeling adventurous, I'm feeling risky, I get in for a sell. But most of the time, majority of the time, I just follow trend. So if I'm following trend, I usually need to wait for the pullback and then I get in for the buy. That being said, there are a lot of times I'm not in any trades because I'm waiting for the pullback, right? Because for price to get from here to here, it takes time. So like this is 22nd of April. This is 15th of May. So it could be that for like one entire month, I don't get in on gold. But that's the good thing about trading. There's so many pairs for you to look at. Look at this. There's so many pairs for you to look at. You do not need to force a specific pair. So while I wait for gold to pull back to where I am, I usually go look at another pair and then get in that other pair. Okay, so again, I do want to get in for a buy for gold. I do not want to look at a sell because that's my style of trading. There are people who play two ways. They buy here, they sell here, they buy here, they sell here. There are people who trade that way. It's just not my style, so I'm not going to look for a sell entry. Okay, I'm gonna look for a buy entry. So again, very happy with the uptrend. I just now need to know where to get in for the buy. I think what we can do is go down to a smaller time frame to look for a buy entry. I'm hoping we find something, to be honest. Yes, it's not giving. It is not giving us anything. Hold on. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm just trying to see what the structure is doing. Yeah, so it looks like gold is not going to buy anytime soon. I don't think gold, I feel like gold would want to come back down to these areas before it continues with the buy momentum. Okay, I feel like gold is probably gonna try to continue down. Let me just put out some indicators to confirm it. Yes, very nice downtrend. I don't see that. Let me see if there's going to be any kind of no divergence. This is looking very bad. RSI basically is telling me nothing. Stochastics. Is it just me or I see an uptrend? Right? Price is going down. Stochastics. Need to confirm if this is a divergence. You guys must be wondering why every time I'm doing my webinars, I'm still referring. There is no way for one person to memorize everything. Okay, guys, so that's why I'm still referring. Every time I'm not sure, I'm like, okay, what chart pattern is this? I still go to Google and I still look for it. Okay, so stochastics divergence, bullish. Give me a sec. Price is moving on a downtrend. Yep, this is a divergence. This is a bullish divergence. Price is moving on a downtrend, but stochastics is showing uptrend. Okay, there could be an uptrend soon. That means that if I'm gonna base this on RSI, it means that the entry is possibly soon. Okay, if that's the case, let me look for a closer entry. Give me a sec, guys. I need to yeah. Honestly, this looks like it was the buy entry. This looks like it was the buy entry. Okay. I will consider getting in for a buy for XAU USD if price reaches here. Okay, I now need to confirm. And now just need to confirm with Fibonacci. Yep. This looks like it could be the buy entry. Give me a moment, guys. I want to be very, very, very accurate on this. I am very happy with this, honestly. Okay. Yep. I've got a possible entry for gold. Possible entry for gold. Might or might not work. Hopefully it does. Give me a moment to get more confirmation. Okay. I think if gold comes back to this area, specifically this where the green line is, I will consider a buy. I will consider a buy. Yeah. My stop loss is going to be very, very tight. We're talking about, yeah, very, very tight. And my take profit is going to be somewhere. I'm going to be very conservative with this and play it back to the next swing high. So potentially I see it going here. I see it going like as far as this, right? But that's not being very conservative. That's a 1 to 7 trade. If I get in at 1%, I'm going to make 7%. If this trade works out, I only need one trade to make 7% for the entire week. 7% is a really good number, to be honest. It is like professional level trading. Okay, one thing about gold, it wicks a lot. Okay, it wicks a lot. So the entry could be anywhere from it could like I could be correct. It's just that I could get stopped out. I want to make this box bigger. How do I do? How do I do that? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so I see it happening here. I just see that there's a possibility of it trying to wick, like wicking down. It could wick all the way to this point, to be honest. It could wick all the way to this point. It likes to do that. Gold likes to do that. So what you can do is put your stop loss here, but then your risk to reward would suck. Oh, you guys know my style of trading. If I get in a trade, if I am wrong, I want to be wrong fast. Can you do AUD USD? Yep, sure. I want to be wrong fast. So if I get in on a trade and I am wrong, just kick me out of the market as soon as possible. I do not want to like play games. I don't want to like, it's so torturous, right? When you're in a trade and you know you're wrong and then like the market just doesn't want to kick you out. Okay, so I think it's going to be somewhere here. Your stop loss should be somewhere along this line. I'm going to move this. Okay, so it's going to be like a 1 to 3 trade. I'm just giving a very reasonable entry here. Okay, I'm happy with this. Hopefully this works out. I can only let you know. Okay, guys, this again, I just think. I'm not confident. I just think that it's going to break up. It's going... Because, I mean, it needs to reach here, right? So it needs to continue in this downtrend. I'm so tempted to get in for the sell. It's just that I've been setting a few rules for myself. So the rules is not to go against trend. But I just see it, you know, I just see it. Okay, cool. Let's do AUD, USD. Okay, what is happening here? Let's see. What is this structure? What is this structure? Oh my gosh. This is a really bad structure. Like, what is it showing? It's making lower lows and then it makes higher highs. But I mean, it still doesn't take this out. So it could be doing this. It could be doing this. Right? Structurally, oh, okay, if I zoom out, it's a very clear downtrend. Okay, that's totally fine. Let's look for a sell. Let's look for a sell. This looks like a really obvious one. And I hate it when it looks so obvious because a lot of time when it's so obvious, it's a trick. Right? You guys know how smart money works. Okay. If, I hate to play the breakout, but if the USD breaks out here, comes back and retests, you can get in for a sell. Okay? I really, really do not like playing breakouts. Like, I'm so bad at breakouts, but it just looks so obvious. Okay, so it needs to break. You know why I don't like playing breakout? So what breakout does is like it breaks and then a lot of times it comes back and retest, but every time it comes back and retest, it tends to like stop me out. So if I put my stop loss here, there's gonna be a high chance I'm gonna get stopped out, right? And then after I get stopped out, then it continues in the direction that I want. Okay, so that's why I'm not a fan of breakouts. Okay, but I see this being a very nice breakout. If this breakout happens, I honestly can see AUD USD getting to this price here. I really, really can see. Oh, that would suck for Australia, to be honest. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want my currency to be so weak. Let's not aim for that. That's really far. Okay, on the smaller time frame, it looks like the breakout has already happened. Because if you are taking like this structure instead, it kind of already happened. Right? It already happened. It's so clear. See, do you guys see that? It does this breakout, it comes and break out, comes back and retests, and then continues down. It's just that sometimes when it comes back and retests, it retests and does this. And then you get stopped out. Okay, so... Okay, if I'm playing the breakout for this, let me pull out my cheat sheet. For breakouts, did price break a recent Fibonacci confluence area? For breakouts, any chance to get in on the other pullback? Okay, so let's look for Fibonacci confluence like the cheat sheet is asking. Okay, so the cheat sheet is saying that we should reference with Fibonacci. Hi, what types of order are you using? Sell, buy, limit to enter the retest. Thank you. Okay, so like ideally, you should not be using sell orders. Okay, ideally you should not be using sell or buy orders. Reason being because the last thing, so okay, so if you have a cheat sheet, right, you're gonna do like number 1, I'm gonna look for horizontal lines. Number 2, I'm gonna look for trend lines, yada yada. Number 3, blah blah blah. Number 4, blah blah blah. So the last thing on this list, the last number, like let's say number 10, is to find reversal pattern candlesticks. Okay, it is to find reversal pattern candlesticks. So for those, why is it on Bing? That is so weird. I don't know how to, okay. Reversal pattern candlesticks. Okay, so your last thing, like where are we? Number 10 or the last thing on your list. So this is the list, like this is the checklist that the cheat sheet. Right, this is the cheat sheet. So that you should be, whenever you're looking for setups or like analysis, you should be like asking yourself, are there horizontal levels? Are there trend lines? Are there channels? Are there chart patterns? Are there depth crosses? Okay, it's not in this cheat sheet, but one last thing that I usually want people to do is look for reversal pattern candlesticks. Okay, reversal pattern candlesticks. So when price breaks out and comes back, usually you will see a reversal pattern candlestick, and that should be your signal or your green light to get in for the sell, right? Okay, that should be how it works. I'll give you an example. There's one right here. Do you see how price broke out here, came back and retest, and then there's this spinning top? Do you see that? A spinning top is give me a sec. Okay, so a spinning top could mean two things. Okay, a spinning top could mean two things. It could either see, okay, so I'm just randomly reading. A spinning top indicates exhaustion after a cycle of uptrend or downtrend price pattern. It also can indicate uncertainty. Okay, so we can see here how price broke this area, came back and retest. A spinning top appeared, which is a reversal pattern candlestick, and then you should be able to get in here for a sell. Okay, so your last thing, your last requirement before you get in for a buy or sell should be, it should be a reversal pattern candlestick. Okay, it should be a reversal pattern candlestick. That being said, I totally understand if you don't have the time, right? I totally understand if you don't have the time to keep looking at the charts and waiting for the reversal pattern candlestick. Okay, I totally get it. Okay, because I'm also busy. So in those moments, those are the times where I personally would use a sell or buy order. Okay, I will use a sell buy order. You just need to know that if you are not going to wait for the reversal pattern candlestick, it is going to be a little bit more risky, because that reversal pattern candlestick is your last confirmation. It's like, okay, hey Cassandra, reversal pattern candlestick has appeared. You are good to get in for a sell. Okay, you are good to get in for a sell, right? But if it doesn't appear, it could look something like this. So the breakout could happen, price could come up, and then it could just continue going up, right? It just continues going up. But if you look for a reversal pattern candlestick, chances are it's going to be correct, and then you can get in for the sell. Okay, so for breakouts, ideally I want to look for price to break this area, come back, wait for the reversal pattern candlestick, and then you can get in for a sell. Okay, so what the cheat sheet is asking earlier on is for breakouts. Did price break a recent Fibonacci confluence area? Any chance to get in on the pullback? Okay, so it's saying there's two things you can do. Number one, play the pullback, or number two, see if it broke Fibonacci levels. Why is it important to look for Fibonacci levels? Because Fibonacci levels is like, it's just indication that that area is very strong. Okay, so let's find something. Yep, see one there. I really do not like the structures of the chart. Another one here. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to find as many levels as I can. Do I see anything? No. Okay. There's two things that I see on the charts right now. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. This is not relevant to us. Getting rid of things that are not relevant to us, by the way. Not relevant to us. Not relevant to us. Okay. I'm seeing two things right now. The first is, do you see how there's a cluster of Fibonacci levels here? There's this cluster here, right? So it's a negative 61.8 Fibonacci expansion, 100% Fibonacci projection, 127.2 Fibonacci projection. I probably can pull out a Fibonacci extension here. Let me see. Yep, I can. Yes. Okay, cool. It looks like this is an area of interest. I'm going to change it to a different color so it's more obvious. Okay, this area where I've highlighted red looks like an area of interest. Okay, so if price manages to break this area, we don't even need to wait for price to break this area. Okay, we don't need to wait for price to break this area. If price manages to break this area, which it looks like it's doing right now, it literally looks like it's doing right now, but I mean, look at that. There's a spinning bottom appearing. Okay, we need to wait for the candlestick to close. If it continues to break, I would want to wait for a reversal pattern, a pullback followed by a reversal pattern candlestick, and then I will consider selling it to this area. Again, I do not like playing breakout, so I don't know how this will go, but yeah. Okay, so my stop loss is gonna be just above this red box. My entry, I'm obviously gonna aim for the highest possible. I'm very patient with my entries. There are times where like I'm trading with a friend and my friend's like, okay, I'm already in for the sell. I'm like, yeah, not yet. Not yet for me. I'm not going in yet. Because I'm just patiently waiting for the best price. I know it's very hard. You cannot really time it, but oh, that being said, because there are times where like I aim for the highest price, there are times where I miss the trade completely. I completely just miss the trade because I'm just being like greedy, right? Not that I'm being greedy, it's like I just want the best. Okay, it looks like I mean we can really tighten this stop loss if you really want to. 1 to 3. 1 to 3, yeah. Depending on where you get in within this box, it ranges between like 2 to like 6. Okay, so the higher the price you get in, the better. But otherwise, I think I would be happy with this sell. Let me see. Yep, I will be very happy with this sell, honestly. No signs of diversion. No signs of diversion. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. I'm very happy with this AUD USD. Okay, reasons to sell. Number 1, overall downtrend. DXY in uptrend. DXY is on an uptrend, right? Did I remember wrongly? Yep, DXY is on an uptrend. Current uptrend here. Okay. I know you must be thinking, oh, but what if it reverses right now? It could reverse. It could reverse, but there's no reason for us to assume it's going to reverse. We are only going to take whatever we see on the charts as face value and then make our decision based on that. Okay, so right now there's no reason for me to think DXY is going to suddenly reverse. Ichimoku downtrend. No divergences on RSI and stochastics. Did I even check stochastics? I don't even. For those who have been following me for a while, you know that I'm someone who take one trade a week or 2 trades a week, but my trade usually works out. So I hope this is gonna be that one trade because it looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty okay. I'm just hoping, I'm fairly confident that price is gonna go down. I just don't know if this will be the perfect entry. Okay, I just don't know. Because it could possibly pull up to here and then reverse, right? I just don't know. What if news suddenly come out, right? But ideally, just based on like structure alone, I hope this works out. Okay, what else? Okay, so the red box is a strong Fibonacci area. This is a strong Fibonacci area. I need price to break this area, come back and retest, wait for the reversal candlestick, and then I'll get in for a sell. Okay, that's what I have for you guys for AUD USD. Do you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to ask me? Otherwise, I think I can quickly do one more. Okay, what did I say for gold again? This is why you take down notes. I know it's a buy here, I just don't like, I cannot remember what I said. I'm gonna rewatch this video later. This is why, guys, you take down notes here. You need to take down notes because, like, for me, right, I come on the charts and I analyze, like, let's say 5 pairs or like 10 pairs, for example, or 7 pairs. So there's no way for me to memorize the reasoning for everything. That's why I usually have this box of why I'm selling. And the box need to make sense. Usually my box is way more detailed, like overall downtrend on H4 and daily, for example. Yeah, usually my box is way more detailed, but I don't have a lot of time with you guys, so that's why I'm rushing a little bit. Okay, so let's go through again what we've gone through. So DXY, which is the US dollar index, is basically on an uptrend. So we can assume anything that is going against the DXY should have some bearishness. Okay, you know what I mean? So XAU USD should have some temporary bearishness until DXY stops going up. Okay, so right now it's on an uptrend. It's just that if you zoom out, it is on a downtrend. Okay, if you zoom out, it is on a downtrend. So currently it's on an uptrend. That means it's going to be temporary. It's going to be temporary. And then once it's done with the uptrend, it's going to, you know, U-turn. And then that's when we go in for a buy. We go into the other direction of what we're looking at. But I personally don't go against trend. Remember, until... Are you organizing educational webinars? Yes. Oh, what's going on? Yes, I am organizing educational webinar, but through IC Markets. I don't do it personally. Okay, so then this will work because then my analysis is that XAU USD is going to drop to here. So this is going to work out. It's going to align with this because if US dollar is going up, gold is going down. Okay, so if it goes down to here, then hopefully by then the momentum would have stopped, US dollar would have gone down, and then here gold will go up. Okay, same. I think EUR USD is going to drop from here. Okay, I'm not getting in for a sell again. Again, just a reminder, I'm not getting in for a sell for EUR USD. Reason being because I don't like going against trend. Oh, but then again, sorry, now that I'm looking at it one more time, technically we're not going against trend because there is this, it is moving on a downtrend. It is already moving on a downtrend anyways. Okay, I will consider this sell in a bit. I'm just hoping if it breaks, I will consider playing the breakout. But yeah, this will align as well. So EUR USD will need to fall because DXY is going up. Okay, same. AUD USD should be going down because DXY is going up. So once one of the trend changes, once DXY, it's important that we look at DXY. Once DXY stops with the uptrend, once it finally decides to turn, continue with the downtrend, which is the overall trend, that's when the rest of the things will go the opposite direction. Okay? Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys. I hope you guys learned something from me. I hope AUD USD works out. I am personally going to get in on AUD USD. Please do not get in on AUD USD. Do your own due diligence, do your own analysis. This is not a signals group. I'm just sharing my own trading style, okay? But for me to get into AUD USD, it needs to come down, pull back, and then U-turn, okay? It needs to come down, pull back, come down, come out with a reversal pattern candlestick, and then I will consider getting in for a sell. Otherwise, I won't. EUR USD, I really tempted to get in for the sell. Really tempted to get in for a sell because, I mean, it is kind of on the downtrend. Okay, it's on a very short-term downtrend. XAU USD, I also see the sell, but I think for XAU USD, my style of trading XAU USD is I never sell. I always wait for the pullback, so I'm just gonna wait for the pullback and then consider a buy when it reaches my area. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks HMH, Jamilu, Trading Mask, Ren R, Karim, Bob, and the rest of you who are in and out. I see the attendance list in and out. Okay, so take care guys. Happy trading. I hope the next time I see you guys, I would have made some profit. If I make some profit, it means that whatever I'm showing you guys today is working. Okay, thanks guys. Take care. Bye.